We now come to examine the third sub-item under item 14, which is the draft amendments to the Operational Directives on Schedule of Non-Governmental Organization Accreditation. Madam Secretary, you have the floor.
Thank you. So Article 9 of the Convention records that says that the committee shall propose to the General Assembly the accreditation of non-governmental organizations to act in an advisory capacity to the committee, and you just proceeded with this requirement a few minutes ago. In recent years, the committee is faced with an ever-increasing agenda and feels the necessity to prioritize the workload of the Secretariat according to its available resources. And so, for example, in last year, due to the limited capacity, the Secretariat could not treat 31 submitted requests for accreditation, and therefore this request did not reach the committee for its 9th session, but for the current session. And by its decision 10COM14 taken last year, the committee decided to postpone the examination of the accreditation of non-governmental organizations to its 10th session. And in fact, as I explained also to you a few minutes ago, examining the accreditation of NGOs in odd-numbered years, if made regular, could reduce the duration and agenda a little bit of the committee meetings, as you have welcomed in your decision 10COM14c taken in Baku. This change will not affect the accreditation process because the NGOs will in any case need to wait for the accreditation at the General Assembly, which only convenes in the even-numbered years. By decision 9COM14, the committee further decided to examine requests for accreditation at its ordinary session in even-numbered years and invited the Secretariat to submit draft amendment to the operational directives to that effect for its examination at this session. You may find the draft amendments to this directive to reflect the regular change in the modalities of accreditation in this document as annex. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. I now open the floor. Are there any questions or comments about the document just presented to us by Madame Duvel? I see no request for the floor. Let's then go to the draft decision. Let's begin with the proposed amendments in the annex, also shown on our screens. The proposed amendments there are no changes in 3.2, 3.2.2. And then we look at paragraph 98. Any objection to paragraph 98? I see no objection. Paragraph 98 is adopted. And that's it.
Yes.
Okay. Can I now ask the committee to adopt draft decision 10COM14c as shown on the screen? I will again, in this case, request you to adopt this draft decision as a whole. Any objection? I see none. Draft decision 10COM14c is adopted. Thank you. going to do? Please, ladies and gentlemen, before closing, let me remind you that, as usual, tomorrow morning the Bureau will meet at 9 a.m. in room Oryx 5 to continue with its work. Our session of the committee will start tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Again, please, everyone be seated at 9:30. I will now pass the floor to the Secretary of the Convention for a few important announcements. Did you get the thing from Namibia? Yes. Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
Merci, Madame la Présidente. Je voudrais quand même dire félicitations au comité parce que finir avant l'heure d'une session où il y avait des directives opérationnelles à discuter sur des sujets aussi compliqués, je suis admirative. Vous allez presque me faire regretter de partir. En tout cas, maintenant que vous êtes prête à clore cette session pour aujourd'hui, je voulais vous informer que le Burkina Faso et le Mali proposent la projection de 2 petits films qui vont faire 35 minutes au total sur l'expérience de mise en œuvre de l'assistance internationale qu'ils ont reçue. Et que donc, évidemment, si vous souhaitez regarder ces petits films, ça sera un grand plaisir pour eux de pouvoir vous montrer à quel point vos décisions ont un impact extrêmement important dans leur réalité par rapport à leur patrimoine immatériel. Il y aura un petit break de 5 minutes après cette session pour vous permettre à ceux que ça n'intéresse pas de sortir et de rendre la pièce plus calme, mais en tout cas, ça va être immédiatement à la clôture maintenant. Par ailleurs, je vous informe que la délégation namibienne souhaite vous inviter tous à un cocktail à 6 heures, c'est juste le timing après le petit film, in the food court, pour la célébration de l'inscription de leur élément sur la liste du patrimoine représentatif du patrimoine culturel immatériel, Oshitushi Shomagongo, mais je suis désolée, Madame la Présidente, je ne dois pas du tout le prononcer comme il faut. Voilà, c'est toutes mes annonces pour aujourd'hui.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. It is now my great pleasure to declare today's session closed. Please remember to leave your headphones and speakers on the table. Thank you so much.